Netcasts you love.
From people you trust. This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by AOL Music and Spinner.com, where you can get free MP3s, exclusive interviews, and more. Video bandwidth for the Daily Giz Wiz is provided by CacheFly at CacheFly.com. It's time for the Daily Giz Wiz with Mad's maddest writer, Dick DeBartolo. This is episode 1121 for Monday, June 28th, 2010. Magellan's Slimline InFlight organizer.
Now, get ready for Dick.
I love this time of the year because it's time for the Daily Giz Wiz. It's a brand new week and a brand new day and a brand new Daily Giz Wiz. It's a brand new week and a brand new day and a brand new Daily Giz Wiz.
The worse your life,
And a brand new week and a brand new day, the better we sound. It makes its own gravy.
the worse your life,
And a brand new day and a brand new day, the better we sound.
the worse your life.
The better we sound.
Now.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Dick DeBartolo.
Wow, Leo, how you doing?
I'm great. You know, I'm inspired. We had somebody on the radio show a couple of weeks ago
Yes.
who is the voice of, what game show is he the voice of, kids? I think it was Price is Right, but he is most famous for doing the announce on the Arsenio Hall show. He's the guy who created Arsenio Hall, you know. And I asked him on the radio show, I said, well, you know, would you do that for us? And he did it. It was so cool. So
He
cool.
made a recording of it for you? Or he just did it
No,
live?
he just did it live on the radio
okay.
show. His name is Burton Richardson. And he created that Arsenio Hall.
Can he do it with a different name, though?
No. I wanted him to do Leo Laporte. Now he does Family Feud. He's a Family Feud guy. That's who he is.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then, you know, remember he's a Family Feud.
The Family Feud.
That's
Come
his,
on down.
wouldn't it be funny to go through life? What's your trademark? What are you famous for? Well, I'm famous for extended vowels, particularly O and U. I'm really good at that. He talked like that too. He talked like an announcer. Hello, how are you, Leo?
Oh, that's very funny. That's very funny.
know, Dick DeBartolo.
I think 10 minutes of that would be plenty. Don't you think, Leo?
The one thing you don't want to do is ever go to a radio convention because all the guys are trying to one-up themselves, you know, each other. Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm fine. How are you? Well, I'm fine. How are you? It's just it's so silly. Nobody talks normally. Everybody talks like this.
Everybody's in there
Everybody.
announcing. Well, you have a great voice, too, you know.
I have an announcer voice, but I try not to use it unless I have to, unless I'm compelled. You know, they say that you should never draw your voice unless you intend to use it.
I see.
Yes. No, I don't. I don't know. Sometimes people will say, like, you know, you have we were talking at E3, Brian Brushwood and I, about different voices, and everybody has an answering machine voice. And he said, what if you talked to people as if you talked in your answering voice machine? Like, hello, hi, Dick, this is Leo, and just because, you know, you're not there right now, I thought I'd leave a message. What if we talked like that in real life?
In that case, it would still be 1992. That's how far back.
Hello, Dick.
we would be.
And so people sometimes say, I sound, you know, sometimes I have an announcer, you say, oh, you don't sound like yourself, now you're lapsing. But everybody has different voices they use. When you talk to a baby, you talk like this. Everybody talks like this, right?
Well, you talk to your staff that way, too.
Yeah, you talk to my staff like this. Oh, Dennis, having a birthday, boogie, boogie, boogie. Wouldn't it be terrible if your boss, you know, when you're like, boss, I can't take it anymore, I need a raise. Oh, you're so sorry you had some sort of little raise, I'm so you.
That's why Frederique doesn't ask for a raise anymore.
She learned.
It's very effective.
Oh, little Frederique got a raise, isn't that cute? Oh, is it? That's my new technique. Anybody asks
I
me
think
for
it's
money.
Great. Yeah.
Oh,
You're not happy with the kind of money she's making?
No, make an unhappy face. Oh, isn't that cute? That's great, Dick. That's it.
It's a moneymaker.
It's a money
maker.
saver?
Baby Talk Your Way Out of Giving Raises by Leo Laporte.
I should write a book.
Yeah, there you go.
How to use your voice in inappropriate situations.
Money. Yeah.
Save money.
Yeah.
So what do you got for us today, my friend?
Well, wait a minute. You were going to tell me a sailing story.
Oh.
And it sounded like it was going to be interesting.
Well, I know you're a boater, but you're a power boater.
Yeah, I'm a power boater.
And I imagine there is a gulf between the power boater and the sailboater, right?
Oh, tell me. You know, there's a magazine called Soundings, and they wanted someone to write the power boat, how the power boater sees the sailor, and then they got a sailor to,
sailor. Okay, so we're sitting on the boat, and we're looking at the boat in the next slip, and it's fiberglass, and the guy didn't, he didn't feather his sheets, his mast, and cover it, and then we're just going, oh my God. This fellow just really doesn't take sailing very seriously. So and this was a sailor. This is a big old sailboat. This is a 40-foot boat. I can only imagine what they would say about the power boater.
Oh yeah, it's But on the other hand, it's like, as I said about sailboaters, is that I don't want to spend the entire day sailing to something I can see from the dock I'm leaving. Yeah. I don't want to spend 5 hours to go to the George Washington Bridge because I see it. It's there. There it is right there.
Well, I was getting up to 8 knots.
Oh,
they said, oh my, Leo, you are trucking along. My goodness, you've really put the wind to the sheets now, my friend.
Wow, yeah.
So
Let me put it this way. I dock at 9 knots.
8 knots. They said, we really don't like to get it up too fast because then it sounds like a motor behind us and the water just flies by.
This is
My cheeks start to go. Blah, 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 blah. So they were this was so fun. They were very nice. My wife bid for this. Now, I don't know if you know, but Jennifer is not exactly a sailor.
I didn't know that.
We went on a cruise, Jennifer and I. We did one of the first Mac Mania cruises, and she was ignorant and young at the time and thought it would be fun. So did I. I love cruises. I love boats. I love the water. I love sailing. I love power boats. I'm not a snob. I love it all. So now this is a big ship. This is a Holland America line. I think it was the Oosterdam. I mean, it's 2,500 people on this boat. It's 15 stories tall.
Big,
it's a huge boat.
Yeah.
We hit a little rough weather. Okay, it was a force 7 gale, but in a boat that size, even 30-foot waves look tiny, and the boat doesn't rock that much. They've got stabilizers. It's very steady, but it scared the hell out of her. So much to the point that she actually called down to the front office and said, can you pull over? The boat is rocking a lot.
Pull over?
Pull over.
Yeah.
Yeah. They said, oh, sure, we'll just pull over.
Yeah, there's a buoy up there. We'll pull up to the buoy. And you have a quarter? Because it's like a quarter an hour at the buoy.
We had dinner with the captain the next night, and she said, why didn't you pull over? He said, well, there's nowhere to... He said, now, normally you're right. We do try to sail around these, but this squall just jumped up at us. But don't worry, the boat is designed to handle much worse weather than that. And here's how I judge it. If the restaurant is empty, then I know people are getting seasick. They're not. But the restaurant was jammed. The dining room was jammed. It was not. Anyway, I had just taken a shower. I took a shower to go down to dinner.
But she got seasick there?
No, she noticed there was water. She does not get seasick. This isn't about seasickness. She's afraid we're going to sink.
Here. I see.
She's afraid we're going to sink. There was water in the bathroom. Because these are little showers. You don't have a lot of room, so there's water on the floor. She goes, oh, my God. And she calls down. She says, we're taking on water. We're sinking. Now, let me tell you, we're on the 11th deck. We are 50, 60 feet, maybe 100 feet over the sea. Mm-hmm. We're taking on water.
Yeah. If the sea was that high, you would know about it.
If there were water coming in, at that point, you would know about it. So she made a satellite call at the cost of, I don't know, $35 a minute to her father and talked for half an hour and felt much better.
Why? Because he was on land and he could reach through the phone.
He was
and
he was a
grab her?
sailor. He was an old sailor.
So he
talked. He said, "No, Jenny, don't worry, it's fine." So I don't take her anymore. So this was a bit of a surprise. We're at the school auction. You know, they get these very nice items for auction. And one of the items for auction, I thought, well, sounds so cool, it's Humphrey Bogart's old sailboat. It is a 68-foot yacht that was built in the 30s. Humphrey Bogart owned it and sailed it and loved it. He loved it so much that at his funeral, a model of this boat called the Santana was at his casket side. I mean, this is his. In fact, I was told that the current owners called Lauren Bacall and said, "Would you like to come visit the Santana? Because we know you spent a lot of time on it." She said, "I hate that boat." Bokeh would go out every weekend sailing his boat for most of their marriage. No, I do not love that boat. But it was a beautiful boat, and they've kept it in exactly the same condition.
Wow.
When all the renovations, of course, any boat you have to keep it up to date.
Yeah,
absolutely. The current owner owns a shipyard, so it's in spotless condition, in exactly the style that Bogart had it. Even the plaques of the races it won, the Ensenada race, and there's one that says H. Bogart, Captain. I mean, it was really really I got to sit. I'll put some pictures up on
yeah,
Smart
do that.
I got
so
to
where
sit
did you
behind
sail?
the wheel. Well, we just sailed across the bay.
Okay.
So we sailed.
And you left from San Francisco?
We left from the St. Francis Yacht Club. We sailed across the bay to Tiburon. We got behind the lee of the islands where it was calm, and it was a beautiful day. It couldn't have been a nicer day. It was a very calm day. Had a lunch provided us by our host, and lovely lunch. And the host was a winemaker, so we had wonderful wines and beers, and we just enjoyed ourselves. And then sailed it back, and I got to sail a little bit, sailing it back. And I took the staff, about 6 of us on board, and
nice.
We had a blast. Yeah, it was a wonderful day on the bay, and this boat is just gorgeous, just beautiful. It sleeps 6, and so they sometimes will stay on it. But unlike the East Coast, they leave it in the water year round. They can sail it year round.
Well, when Jennifer comes, my boat stands 6, so I doubt if Jennifer's going to want to go for a ride.
It was a beautiful
on a 24-foot boat after being frightened on a boat that sleeps 2,400.
She doesn't like any motion. So this was the thing.
We can have dinner overlooking the marina.
I was like, I'm watching. I'm saying they're describing this boat, at the auction, and the price is going up, and I'm thinking, wow, this is great, because Jennifer's behind me. I have no idea she's bidding on this thing. I'm saying, this is great. This is fantastic. Wow, somebody's really spending a lot of money to go on this. This is going to raise so much money for the school, thousands and thousands of dollars. And then it's over, and I go, wow, they really went for a lot of money. And then somebody pats me on the back and says, congratulations. And I said, what? And I looked behind me.
And then Jennifer tapped you and said, Leo, can I have your checkbook?
She bought this thing, and she hates being on a boat.
Oh, that is a riot.
I said, Jennifer, why'd you buy that? She said, well, I thought you could go on it. I said, well, all right. I guess I would have bid on it if I'd really wanted to, but it turns out it was a wonderful, wonderful time. And thanks to Matt Stone, who took us out, of Girls in the Vineyard, and Paul and Chris, who own the boat and have kept it so pristine, so beautiful. And they're avid sailors.
Oh, great.
Oh, they are avid sailors. They take it out several times a month. And, it's a big boat, but 2 or 3 people can sail it fairly handily. Matt, who was our host, and his wife took their 3 kids for a 2-year sail around through the Panama Canal. They went down from San Francisco around through the Panama Canal and up the East Coast, Guatemala, and they went everywhere. It sounds just wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of travel.
Yes.
How's that? That good?
Yeah, perfect.
Good segue?
Yeah.
Well, by the end of this week, we'll be getting into July. So I thought I would do a week of travel gadgets.
What a good idea. Maybe I can find one for tomorrow.
Oh, it's a great idea. You might like this.
All right.
It's from Magellan's, Magellans.com.
I love
Magellan's
that.
catalog. Yeah, it's worth getting, even if you don't need travel gadgets, because they always have a couple of pages of like how to pack.
Yeah.
They have
such a great catalog.
A whole 2 pages of what kind of power you're going to need in every different country and what kind of plugs work. Well, they have a neat little gadget in there called the InFlight Organizer. So the
want one.
InFlight organizer is a way, it's a little carry-on bag that when you get inside the airplane, you unzip it, and it has a little hook on it that latches over the snack table lock.
Oh, we've seen something kind of like this, right?
Yes, there was something that I did,
still
maybe
have
2 or
it.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was called maybe...
It went over the seat tray table. It was really cool.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. This is a new version of that, and what they've sort of updated it with is there is a clear plastic pocket where you slide your iPhone or your Zune, or I put in my Sense of View, so that while it sits in there, you can also watch your video.
Wow. So it holds the video up.
It holds, yeah. There you go. There's a picture of it. Then it has a clear mesh pocket, so you can put things in that you might need during the flight. There are 2 places to slide glasses.
This is great.
A place for your cell phone. It's really nifty. You can get it in either black or red. It's $34.85. Magellan is sort of like Bill used to like to price things. Nothing is either $34.99 or $35. There's strange prices. So this one is $34.88. But it's a really, and then it zips closed and it folds flat. So if you want to pack it inside a bag, you can do that. So it's pretty nice. And it's called the InFlight Organizer, and it's something that they had made for themselves. So it's only at Magellan's, Magellans.com.
It's what I love catalog. Do you like catalog? Are you a catalog kind of a guy?
Oh, I love catalogs.
Yeah.
I keep a stack of catalogs next to my chair, and when I can't sleep, I just love going through catalogs.
It's like the Sky Mall.
Yes, Sky Mall, Cyber Guys. There are things in there that I don't need, but for 3 minutes, I think, should I get this?
This explains a lot of the show, right? now you understand.
It does. Leo, I'll get someone will send me a thing and I'll say, now that is the stupidest thing. Well, wait, it's $20.
I think I should just try it. It's not that stupid.
Maybe it's yeah, maybe viewers and listeners would like to $20.
Oh, you did it for us. That's the point.
Yeah.
You're thinking of us when you do it. Yeah. By requests from our chat room. They wanted the
you're
Christmas
really
song.
jumping the gun. Oh, okay. I was going to say, normally we don't do the Christmas theme until July.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Our letter comes from Colin O'Connor. Dear Dick and Leo, I've been listening to the Daily Giz Wiz since episode 1. It's been a very good time. I've even gotten my 9-year-old son into listening. He now asks if I have any episodes on my Zune. Yes, I own and love my Zune when we get in the car. Anyway, in episode 1111, you talk about the Nighthawk security lock indicator. I'd like to tell you about a similar product I've been using since December. It's called the Garage Butler. I think this is not simple. Okay. The Nighthawk security indicator lock, when you locked your door, an LED started blinking so that from far away you could tell that your front door was locked. However, the garage, he says the Garage Butler is similar to the Nighthawk, but it goes a step further. It monitors your garage door and will close it if it's been left open for a certain amount of time. I don't know how many times I get home from work, I don't shut the garage door, and then I forget to shut it before I go to bed. This little device has saved me from possible unwanted snoops on more than one occasion. The only negative thing, an alarm goes off before the door closes. I don't have a decibel meter, but you can hear the alarm from over a block away. I thought I would share this with you. My son would really love it if you could if it ended up that you read this letter on the air, his name is Caden.
Oh.
So Caden, actually, you need that alarm because you don't want the garage door to suddenly start closing.
Squish somebody. Yeah. That would be terrible.
Yeah. Exactly. Colin, thank you for that. It's a little different than the device I talked about, and I don't have a garage or a garage door.
Or a car to put in the garage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but you have all those things, Leo. Maybe you should buy a garage butler. But you
I
can't
have an
get one
actual
in the
live
next-
butler. That's what Dane's been doing lately. He's my actual live butler in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I find that more
You know, we were
useful.
having dinner one night when I was... Yeah, I was out in San Francisco, and the phone rang, and Dane said, I have to run up to Petaluma, an emergency. I said, oh, studio off the air? And he said, no, Leo's garage door's open.
Yeah.
So I didn't see him for 3 hours.
Well,
he's good. He's good.
Hey, it's important. Important. All right, my friend.
I know. I said, you're going to go all the way up there? Yes. Go ahead.
I'm going to wrap this up because there's something so awful
Should I
with
just
your
say?
Skype. Yeah, just say it. Just say it.
I'll be here.
DAIL. Why? It's the Daily Giz Wiz. It's the Daily Giz Wiz. It's the Daily Giz Wiz.
It makes its own gravy.